Hi everybody. So I'm following on from Emer's presentation on the useful websites and videos that she has found for using the ukulele as a melodic instrument in her classroom. I'm going to show you how using the tunes that you know already, that you've used and that you are very comfortable with, or alternatively, if you're a teacher who wants to be able to put the most modern pop songs into ukulele tablature form so you can play them as a melody in class, I'm just going to show you very quickly how easy it actually is to do that. So I'm using Musescore here today. You will use whatever you want. This is the way it goes in Musescore. I set up my score as usual. However, I'm going to put in an instrument that has normal notation. And for me, that's simply because I can read that very quickly and I know what I'm dealing with. I know if I've put in errors, etc. But I'm also putting in plucked strings. And in the plucked strings is an option for ukulele tablature. So I end up with a score which has violin and ukulele tabs in it. So that's ready to go now. I'll input my tune. I chose a polka here. I would not recommend starting with the polka. I found in class I used a scale. Then we played Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. We did Ode to Joy. So some of the simpler tunes that we would be used to starting with. I took the polka because there would be no infringing any rights here. It's an anonymous piece. So when you have your polka in, come along and highlight it. I've given you instructions about how to highlight. So Control C to copy and then Control V on the ukulele stave, and that will copy this tune into the ukulele as tablature. Now that will play perfectly fine once you've done a bit of work on reading tablature with your students. So there's just one other little handy tool that I found when I was doing this sort of stuff, and that's if you go to the very top of your Musescore page, click into Plugin Manager, then you will get a drop-down menu, tick Color Notes and Note Names box. Now there are other options there that you might find useful yourselves. These are the two that I think are particularly pertinent to for my uses. So if you click on those, okay, come back into your score and highlight the violin line for example. Click into the plugin managers again, click Color Notes, come back down into your violin score and double click on it, and Musescore will instantly color up those notes for you. Equally, some of my students are traditional players and they like to read from notes. They find it much easier. It comes much more naturally to them. So if I go into Plugin Manager again, take my drop-down menu, Notes, click Name Notes, Musescore will instantly name up those notes for me. And that is useful. We may not all like doing that, but for some students, it definitely is useful. So look, this is just my way of helping myself go forward with a melodic instrument in the absence of the tin whistle and the recorder in my classroom.